Imagine a time when Alexandria, Egypt, was the intellectual hub of the world. Its famed library housed scrolls containing the wisdom of civilizations past. Scholars from all corners of the earth flocked to its hallowed halls. This was the world into which Hypatia was born, a world brimming with the pursuit of knowledge. Hypatia, a woman destined to leave her mark on the very fields of study that defined Alexandria's legacy. The library at Alexandria was more than just a repository of scrolls. It was a melting pot of ideas, a place where cultures intersected and knowledge was debated and expanded upon. Her story, a reminder that the quest for knowledge transcends time, gender, and even the most turbulent of times. Hypatia's father, Theon, was a renowned mathematician and astronomer. He recognized his daughter's intellectual curiosity early on. He nurtured her love for learning, providing her with an education rarely afforded to women of that era. Under his tutelage, Hypatia flourished. She delved into the world of numbers, of celestial bodies, and of philosophical thought. Hypatia's education was not confined to her father's instruction. She traveled extensively, absorbing knowledge from different cultures. Her thirst for knowledge was matched only by her courage to question, to explore, and to carve her own path. Hypatia's contributions to astronomy were significant. She improved the astrolabe, a device used to measure the positions of stars and planets. This instrument, a testament to her ingenuity, allowed for more accurate observations of the night sky. Hypatia's work on the astrolabe was not merely technical. She also made strides in understanding the movements of celestial bodies. Her work on conic sections, complex geometrical shapes, would later influence Johannes Kepler's groundbreaking laws of planetary motion. Beyond her practical inventions, Hypatia possessed a deep understanding of astronomical concepts. Hypatia's willingness to embrace radical ideas demonstrated her intellectual independence and her commitment to scientific truth. Hypatia was a renowned teacher, attracting students from far and wide. Her classroom was not a place of passive learning. She encouraged debate, critical thinking, and the relentless pursuit of truth. In an era where rote memorization often passed for education, Hypatia's approach was revolutionary. Her lectures were not confined to the traditional subjects of mathematics, astronomy, and philosophy. She believed in a holistic education, encouraging her students to explore diverse fields of study. Hypatia understood that knowledge was interconnected. Her students, inspired by her passion and her unconventional methods, went on to make their own contributions to various fields. Hypatia was deeply respected by her contemporaries, both within Alexandria and beyond. She corresponded with prominent scholars, engaging in intellectual exchanges that shaped philosophical and scientific thought. Her letters, though few survive today, offer glimpses into her brilliant mind and her influential network. One of her most notable correspondents was Synesius of Cyrene, a philosopher and later a bishop. His letters to Hypatia are filled with admiration for her intellect and character. Hypatia's influence extended to the political sphere as well. Her wisdom and counsel were sought after in matters of governance, demonstrating the respect she commanded from those in power. The political and social climate of Alexandria in Hypatia's time was turbulent. The Roman Empire was in decline, and Christianity was on the rise. This led to tensions between different religious and political factions. Amid this turmoil, Hypatia, a pagan woman who advocated for reason and logic, became a target. The rise of Christian fanaticism posed a threat to the intellectual freedom that Hypatia held dear. Her teachings, rooted in reason and observation, were seen as a challenge to the doctrines of the Church. As tensions escalated, Hypatia found herself caught in the crosshairs of a power struggle. The spirit of intellectual inquiry that had defined Alexandria for centuries was being overshadowed by intolerance and violence. In a tragic turn of events, Hypatia was brutally murdered by a mob of Christian fanatics. They dragged her from her chariot, stripped her naked, and brutally killed her. Her death, a stark reminder of the fragility of reason in the face of fanaticism. It marked a turning point in the intellectual history of Alexandria, signaling the decline of its once great library and the suppression of free thought. The details of her death are gruesome, but they are important to remember. They serve as a stark reminder of the dangers of intolerance and the importance of safeguarding intellectual freedom. Hypatia's murder was not an isolated incident. It was a symptom of a growing climate of hostility towards intellectualism and independent thought. Despite her tragic end, Hypatia's legacy lived on. Her contributions to mathematics, astronomy, and philosophy continued to influence scholars for centuries. Her story became a symbol of the pursuit of knowledge in the face of adversity.